are yet to watch this previous video, please go and watch the previous video. Remember to subscribe if you are new here. Subscribe, like and share. Welcome back, because this is a continuation of where we stopped last time. If you really want to be a good Scrabble player, yes, Scrabble is a word game, but beyond word game, it's a scoring game. No matter the amount of words that you know upstairs, if you don't know how to score, if you don't know about scoring, you are not playing Scrabble. I'm going to teach you how to score, scoring, calculating, and how to really score good points on the board. So let's get to it. Before you start playing in a tournament, if the player that starts first is yet to be identified or is yet to be known, the two players will have to draw two tiles from the bag. So for example now, one tile each. So for example now, if I am to play now, I pick my tile, then my opponent picks his own tile. So we'll look at the two tiles and decide who the first player is. So looking at these two tiles, you see that I and O was what I picked. So imagine that I is for player A and O is for player B. So player A is first player and player B is the second player. And that's because I comes before letter O. Okay, so player A goes into the bag and draw out 7 tiles. So we don't have a rack here, so I'll just make it up. Normally I'm supposed to put it here, but I don't know if you'll be able to see, so I'll just put it here. So you pick your 7 tiles. Okay, so it's looking like something that anyway, so we pick our 7 tiles. So from these 7 tiles you have to form a word. So apart from the fact that Scrabble is a scoring game, is a word game, it's also a scoring game, and that's what I'm going to explain in this part of the video. So looking at these tiles, we don't have a 7-letter word in this rack. 7-letter word in the sense that in Scrabble, when you play all your 7 tiles, you have an extra 50 points to whatever score that you have. But we don't have that in this rack because there's no 7-letter in this rack. But we can check if we have 6 letters in this rack, 5 letters in this rack, 4 letters in this rack, or 3 letters, 2 letters in this rack. I explained earlier that the player that starts first must touch this star in the center here. Either the players start playing straight like this or plays like this. So it's either you play vertically or you play horizontally. You can never play diagonally. So now this is my rack. I'm going to form a word from this rack. So I know that any random person will say, I can see H-E, like E. I can see H-E. I can see E-U. I can see like, you know that you can tell me the words that you can see from here. You can see A-R-E and all of those stuff. But if you want to play Scrabble and you want to score more, you need to look at the tiles and look at how you dispose more tiles. So you dispose more tiles to go into the bag and pick fresh tiles. 4 is the scoring point for W and H. U-E-A-R-I, they all have 1. But if I am to play, I'm going to look for a way that any of my big scoring letter sits on this place. So if I'm to play a 5-letter word, so it's either I play from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I play from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that I can score more. For example, I have where. So I have this word. Is it that I play this word or I play where like this? Or I play where like this? But in Scrabble, competitive Scrabble, if you know that you have the other where, it's advisable to play that one instead of playing this one, because this one you are exposing this hot spot for your opponent. Because for example now, if my opponent has a Z and Z-E-E or something, or Z-E-D, and if my opponent just puts Z-E-D in this place, is scoring more than what I've scored with this where. So, but imagine I played my where like this. Imagine I play my well like this. It's not going to see that double score word to get. Do you understand? So when you're scoring and dumping tiles, you try as much as possible not to expose some of all these hotspots. But there are times in the game that there's nothing you can do. You just have to expose it, because at the long run you might even be the one that will come back to benefit from that place. So, but normally if I was to play, I'll play this. For a starting move, I'll play this, or I'll play my well like that. That's why I said, is it that you play like this, it must touch this, or I play like this. So the reason why I'm stretching my W to touch this point is because I want to score more. So now if I'm calculating this way that I arranged, it's going to be, so remember, double letter score. So double letter score is 4. 4 times 2, that's 8. So this is a double letter score, 8, right? So we'll first hold this 8. So 8 plus 4, there's nothing under this place, so this one remains 4. 8 plus 4, that's 12. 12 plus 1, there's nothing under this place. 12 plus 1, that's 13. 13 plus 1, that's 14. 14 plus 1, that's 15. So remember I said that the player that plays first, whatever the player plays will be multiplied by 2. So now this is 15. So 15 times 2, player A has 30 points that way, because player A played first, and the player is unlocking the whole journey of this board. Like, okay, let's start the game. So for starting, the first player, it could be player B. Let's say player A had bad tiles and decided to change the tiles, and player B makes his move. If player B plays, player B is the one that will unlock this times 2. So it's more like the first player that plays on the board gets a times 2 to whatever value of the word they played. Yes, so that just so we can see. Let's say this is player B's tile, 7 tiles. So this is player B's 7th tile, and player B is to pick. Normally we're supposed to arrange these tiles on the rack, not on the board, but because I'm just trying to use this, that's why it's this way. So imagine player B is to make a move now. From this rack that player B has, we can see frog, we can see Y-O-U-R, we can see F-R-Y, we can see G-U-Y, we can see guy. So the first thing you do when you pick tiles out from the bag, you look at your rack and you check what words you can see or what words you are familiar with. So when you're able to identify the words that you know, then you'll be looking to connect it with what is already on the board. You can decide to play our, H-O-U-R, you can decide to play F-O-Y or something. You can decide, so because player B wants to score more tiles, you must play in a way that you either score ahead of your opponent or you are closer. So now, if player B makes a move now, for example, let's say player B plays F-O-Y, F-O-Y, F-O-Y. So now what I'm playing this way is so that I can explain the scoring pattern, or how to calculate when your opponent forms a word behind your word, instead of just all this straight word, how to pick your opponent's score like this. Okay, so imagine opponent B, player B plays F-O-Y. So in Scrabble, you must play something that connects. Player B played foil, but also made F-A-O-R and Y-E. There's nothing like F-W, so you cannot play like this. There's F-O-Y, there's O-H, there's Y-A, but there's no F-W. For our tournament, we use a software. It's called Ziva, and it has the part for the judge. So that judge is where you check the words. So if you put F and W on that app, so I'm going to use the one on my phone to show you what I mean. So if you put FW, it's going to say judge. It's going to be the play is unacceptable. So it's going to say the play is unacceptable. So normally if player B plays like this, he's going to lose his turn. But player B won't play like that. He play like this because there is F-O-Y, there is F-A, there is O-R, there is Y-E. Let this foil move so that I would explain this double letter, we can see that the O of the foil is on this double letter and the O is still for the R. So the thing is, once you are putting any tile on any of these things, it's more like you are unlocking the box that is here. It's more like you are unlocking it. So when you use it, nobody can use it again. So putting FOY, putting this FOY here. So this foil is for this O. So now if you want to calculate this score, now we're going to calculate FOY first. We'll write the score somewhere. We'll calculate FA, we'll write the score somewhere. We'll calculate OR, we'll write the score somewhere. We'll calculate YE, we'll write the score somewhere. Then we'll now add all the scores together. That way we'll get the score of player B. Okay, so let's do it now. So F is 4, A is 1. So F is on nothing. So it's just going to be normal 4 and 1. So that's 4 plus 1, that's 5. We'll keep 5 somewhere. Then we'll calculate for 4. For 4, that's 4. Remember that this is 1 on a double letter, that's 2. That's 1 times 2, that's 2. So that's 4 plus 2, that's 6. 6 plus 4, that's 10. And remember we had 5 here, so that's 10 plus 5, that's what? 15. So we'll still come back and calculate for this OR. Because what is player A that kept this O here, so you will use the A, the O, the double of it for the FOY and the double of it for the OR. So that's 2 plus 1, that's 3. So we have 15 before, so 15 plus 3, that's 18. 18, we'll calculate the YE. So Y plus, that's 4 plus 1, that's 5. So 18 plus 5, that's 23. 23. So remember that player A had 30 points and player B is having 23 points. Player B played 3 tiles, so you pick 3 tiles back. So player B has picked like 3 tiles. So now player A is to make his move or her move. When you have a rack, you need to look at what you have first. You need to form words from your rack. You have to look for what is playable in your rack before you look at how you can connect. Because you can't go and start playing from here or here. You must connect to what's on the board. So now looking at this rack, now we can see wind, we can see winds, we can see UNI, we can see UNIS, we can see DUI, you can see. So you see, you look at what you have first and you look at the board. Okay, what do I want to play and how do I play and go ahead of my opponent? Because this one that we're seeing the 2 racks, if it were 2 people that were playing, you won't be able to see what your other player has. But because there's no rack, and just so that I can just try to explain to you points. Okay, player A is to make a move. And he looks at the board and he's like, what do I play? How do I score? What do I... Player can decide that, okay, he wants to play wind here, WINDS, winds. Or he can say he wants to play his wind here, WINDS. But he can say he wants to play his wind like this, WINDS. So you look at your options and you look at how you can score. The goal is to score, and most times in Scrabble, S is also a powerful tile. You don't spend it anyhow. Why I said spend is more like you don't trade it for it, like you don't just drop it anyhow. I can decide that, okay, I want to keep my S. I can decide that, okay, I want to, because there are sometimes that you just need S to just play your premium or something. But S and the 2 blanks, they are like valuable tiles. Even though the blank is like the most valuable tile, but S too is also important. So now looking at it now, I can decide that, okay, I want to play my wind like this. I can play winds like this. I can play winds because my goal is to play more tiles and go and pick more tiles. Do you understand? There are still good things in the bag. So it's more like you are looking for that thing. You're looking for the gems. You're looking for, and whenever you go to the bag, you must go with this positive vibes that, okay, oh, this is what I want from the bag. So I should be able to pick from, okay, oh, I need E, I need M, I need all those things. You might need a word, you might need a letter, sorry, you might need a letter, and you get, so you just go to the bag and say, okay, well, sometimes it will come, so most times it does not come. I can play wind. I'll play winds like this because I want to play this, like the first S out. We have 4 S's, so spending this S at this time is not bad because I'm dropping 5 tiles. I want to go and pick more tiles. I can decide to play my wind here like YEW, WIND. I can play wind alone and keep my S. Keeping my S is not bad, but just for scoring sake, let me just do it this way. So if I play the 4 times 2, this is on a double letter score. That's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus, remember that this S2 is here, so 12 plus 2, that's 14. So you keep your 14 score somewhere. You calculate for the 4 is 2, so 4, 5. Remember that I've used this also, you're not the one using it again, it's not your business. So you just calculate what you opened. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 11. 11 plus 14, so this is 25. 30 plus 25, you have 55. So when you are playing, there's a paper and a pen. Each player's record whatever they play and the word and everything. When I'm playing with a friend, I would explain and show you all how it is done. So but for now, this is how it is playing on the board. You must connect. So let's say player A fuses his rack, picks 5 again. Player B looks for what he can play. So there is pop. You can play your pop here. Pop. Because looking at player B's rack, it's not really. So if you play pop, so you must join. You cannot just put anything anyhow. Anything you play must make sense. So there is yep and there is pop. Player B plays pop and replenishes his tiles. Like it must be 7 or it must be 7. And there is a rule when a player picks more than 7. So when I'm playing with a friend, I'm going to talk more about some of these things. Okay guys, so this is where we're ending this video today, and on the next video I'm going to be having someone, a non-Scrabbler, someone that has never played Scrabble before. I'm going to have a person on my channel. So if you want to, I don't know if you'll be interested, and you stay in Lagos and you want us to play, and you want to be on my channel, and you want me to teach you face to face and put it in my channel, and you want to learn how to play, you can just send a message, drop a comment in the comment section, and we'll have you on our next video. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Scrabble!